What's going on YouTube? Welcome to the King Sense channel. Now this is the place where we appreciate and also celebrate the art of fragrances. Now we got 3 goals on this channel, which are be your best, look your best, and of course, smell your best. Now my job is to help you do just that. Now if that's something that has your attention, show your support by hitting that like button, leaving a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Come and be a part of the family. We would love to have you. I hope everybody had a blessed week, a blessed weekend, and I wish you many more. Now, let's get on to the feature presentation. All right, so as of lately, this has been a conversation as well as I've been getting a couple questions in the comment sections from you all regarding the process of maceration. Some of you are familiar with this process and some of you may not be. All right, so we're going to talk about maceration. Is it a real thing? And if so, do we have any tips and tricks to provide you all with? So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the juice. All right, so maceration. Okay, is it really a thing? Is it a real thing? And we're going to answer that question first with a simple yes. Maceration is a real thing. All right. So when you hear reviewers as myself or some of your other favorite reviewers, as well as some other people who may be throwing the term out there, it is really referring to the process of fragrance development. All right. So again, when we're talking about maceration, when you hear that term, we're generally referring to just the process of fragrance development. Now, to further elaborate on that, what does that look like? Guys, we're talking about the aging process in order to fully build the aromatic presentation. Again, we're talking about the aging process in order to fully build the aromatic presentation. Now, a lot of times when we purchase fragrances, I'm going to say more than likely when we're talking indie, niche, and maybe your quality designer fragrances, usually the maturation process is done before it even hits your doorstep. So a lot of times they've already matured their oils and different things of that nature before they even compose the fragrance together. All right. So when we're talking about perfumery, the creator, the composer, or anybody that's in the lab helping to assist, a lot of times it actually requires the maturation of aging the actual oil itself, and sometimes actually aging the alcohol solution that they're using to help compose the fragrances. Also, when we're talking about maceration, it's often a critical step when fragrances contain a certain volume of natural elements as well as specific base notes. So what actually happens during this maceration process? All right. So guys, think of it as, picture a bar of soap. I'm talking about a fresh bar of soap from your local Target, from Walmart, or from wherever it is that you get bar soap from. Picture your bar soap. All right. When you take that bar of soap out of the box and you smell it, yes, it has 9 times out of 10, unless you're using a soap that doesn't have any fragrance to it. But most of your fragrances, they're going to have some type of scent to them, right? So when you put that bar up to your nose, you can smell it, right? If you set that brand new bar of soap down, okay, you're not going to smell it, correct? But what happens when you begin to actually use the bar of soap? That's when it becomes even more fragrant. So we're talking about when you begin to actually use water, heat, and you begin to apply it to your skin. I mean, it even gets embedded into your pores. and it just really brings out that fragrance DNA that's in your bar soap. It's the same thing with maceration when it comes to your fragrances. So when we're talking about the maceration process, which can be a lengthy one, what happens is the oil and both the alcohol begin to marinate together, all right, to create a strong scent profile, which also will help to increase performance on both skin and clothes. So that's a win-win situation when we're talking about maceration. So our next question, how long should we allow for the maceration process to take place? Typically, our fragrances need between 4 to 8 weeks in order to reach its full potential. Now, that can vary depending upon the volume of natural elements as well as rich base notes. All right, so let's talk about tips and tricks. All right, what are some tips and tricks that I may have to help you in this process of aging your fragrances? Okay, so when you receive your brand new fragrance, okay, I'm talking about when it hits your doorstep, go ahead, take it out the box and wear it for the first day as you typically would. All right, I'm not telling you not to wear your brand new fragrances. We all at times feel like a kid in a candy store, especially when you get that certain fragrance that you've been waiting to hit your mailbox. So again, go ahead and wear it for the first day to allow oxygen to be introduced into the actual bottle. Now, after you have worn it, that's when you want to allow the maceration process to go ahead and take effect. So you want to store it in a cool, dark, dry place away from heat. All right, so we're talking about a closet. If you have a safe shelving system for your fragrance collection, then it'll be fine to go ahead and sit where it normally would. But once we put it back on that shelf, guys, we're going to allow at least 4 to 8 weeks for that process to take full effect. Now, another tip or trick to help you speed up the process of maceration is to store your fragrance in the refrigerator. Yes, in the refrigerator from between 3 to 5 days. Now, it does depend on the concentration, so your eau de toilettes are safe and your colognes are safe, all right? So we're talking about like your fresher DNAs, those are safe unless you're instructed otherwise to do so. But also keep in mind that I would not use the refrigerator method as my primary step or source for macerating my fragrances, okay? Just because I feel like if you do it for an extended period of time, you may risk breaking your fragrances down, all right? So we're talking about a short period of time in the refrigerator, and it does depend on the concentration. So that will conclude today's video on maceration. I hope that I have helped you all with this informative video and topic. If this video has helped you in any way, shape, or form, I would love to hear it down below. That is a way that you can show your support for the hard work it takes to continue to bring you guys this content. And also, if you have any other questions or concerns, you can drop them down below as well. All right, fragrance related. And as always, be blessed, be safe, and Mr. King Sense is out.